And hello, everybody. Welcome back to GPR. It is round 14 today, and it is in Las Vegas. And this time we're actually already readying up. And it is about to start. As Keck has unfortunately already actually left the session, even though he is a reserve for Red Bull today again, just like last time. Although last time he had a few struggles pace wise and was fighting against Om in the kick. We are just waiting for everybody to select their tire choice, and then we can finally go. All right. No, we're just gonna wait for the first people to go out. Well, it's gonna be very important if you have a teammate here to get this teammate slipstream. Otherwise, you might struggle with getting a decent lap in. Nobody's gone out yet, which is surprising, as usually people are very keen to go out, although I do see a V-carb, I think that is, going out. Yep, and that must be SV Abst then. Yes, it is SV Abst, first to go out. On mediums actually this time as well. And that is actually quite surprising. Although he's most likely just trying to simply just save tires. I'm currently trying to adjust the stream's volume so it's sounding all fine. And I think this is how I can manage it. Alright. As the apps is actually just taking the traffic cone with him already, we are gonna have our first person on a lap now. Uh, uh, as the apps has actually locked up the rears and slid wide quite a lot there, this lap will not be competitive whatsoever. We can actually look at what tires everybody is on as well. Most are on soft, although Leo is on Intus and As we upped on mediums, so is Peace Control Tom and Adonis. Today, some of the slowest cars should, in theory, be the Kicksauber and Haas. Those should be the ones that might be out today. In Q1, of course. As Ryan is on his first lap, I am gonna quickly change the audio settings because this is quite painful to hear. I'm gonna broadcast and this should fix it. As Ryan has completed the middle sector successfully, according to the game, the first sector. According to the game, the first sector is purple, although the game might very well be lying here. And count lap time to beat is a 130.8 by MaxFan, although MaxFan, of course, is in the McLaren, which is insanely fast. Although in the kick, has actually set a really good lap time with a 131.6. He might actually get out of Q1 here today, as Mr. Mine has only set a 131.8. So has already beaten Mr. Mine. Let's see, is there anyone currently on a lap that we should probably look at? No, but I think nope. Adonis has just gone out of the pit, so that is in the last sector. Probably we should look at Kek, who was struggling a lot last race in Kota, and he might struggle a bit here as well. Let's see what he can manage. As I'd say he's burning actually too much energy down the last straight. Yeah, he's had to go out of overtake again, and that is quite a poor lap. Only a 132.2, which was already beaten by a kick Sauber. Someone that is actually now out now. And in the middle of the lap is Adonis. His teammate currently sitting up in P4. This could be a really good result for Sauber today if Adonis manages to match his teammate. As Adonis goes on to the final straight, he manages his ERS better than Kek did, although he has also now used his deploy, although it is P2 for him, but 1:31.0. That is a very good lap time from Adonis, and that brings him up into P2 ahead of his teammate, while still being pushed down into P3, 1:31.3. As there is someone that is spun or gotten off the webs of people. That is Scarlet, although she is on track again. Scarlet is now also going to start her lap. The Williams should on paper be quite good here in Vegas, as it is very good at top speed. And Vegas is basically only that. As she has actually given Melon a bit of a tow, which has helped him to get an even better lap in 4/10 ahead of his teammate, the current champion of this season. Fortunately, I missed that not yesterday, last week, the finishing line. But yep, he is champion now. As I've actually been corrected, and kick is not in fact the slowest. I was just thinking that because the kick is very, very bad in the middle sector. As I have been kicked out of the session, I think? Have I? Or have I not? No, I haven't. As Melon has just run wide. And I'm just going to quickly try and invite Jamie again. As Melon goes into the pit lane after having completed his lap, of course. Is there anyone out that we need to look at? Yes, Joseph. Joseph has not set his lap yet, as Adonis has already retired, thinking it is enough. So did Max Fenn just now. So Joseph went over the line, only P15 the Mercedes. Very poor performance from him. Let's hope he can do better in the second round. Actually, he might, if he doesn't No, he will not have enough time for a second run, I'm pretty sure. So he's most likely going to be out. If this continues, so might Jamie, though. So we'll see about that. Although Jamie has rejoined the session. And left again instantly. Yeah, he might have some bigger problems then. As actually, both Williams are out as well. Charlotte and okay, Charlotte and Scarlett had just set the lap times and now are coming back into the pit lane. It looks like, and surprisingly, both Williams are very, very slow in qualifying here. I would have expected them to be much higher up the grid, but seemingly they aren't. As both Alpines have also confidently retired, seemingly there's not much more in there for their laps. And they decide that they're not going to go out again. So we've got Joseph, who's actually... Joseph is still out, so is he doing a consecutive run? Yes, he is. He will have to improve, though. Otherwise, he's not going to be in Q2 today. And he's actually already aborted. So he either has enough fuel for another run, or he is out. It's the same with Jamie, though. If he doesn't get this one run together that he has now, he's out as well. So let's see. First person to basically be a bit at risk at going out of Q1 here. Of course, always at risk. And he is going to be the first person to start his last run in Q1. As it looks like, actually, Joseph has just let past an RB. That is understandable, hoping to get some slipstream of the VCARB of SV Alps. Otherwise, the Mercedes always struggles with top speed as well, so that might negotiate the issue a bit, or help get rid of the issue. As is now on the big Vegas strip, going down this stupidly long DRS straight, that we will see so many switches in the race. That is obvious. He is about to finish his lap. Only one more straight. He's in none in ERS actually, and he's aborted it. He is going into the pits. And that is his qualifying done. So next to cross the line is then SV Alps, I think. Yeah, it is SV Alps. Is also already almost finished. Joseph aborted his lap, and he's not going to improve. SV Alps is though P6, and he is safe. Keck retired on the line, actually. Let's try and have a look at that. Nope, that is wrong. I cannot. Okay. As Charlotte now, Charlotte and Jamie are the last people that are at risk to settle up. So, Jamie, first of all, goes over the line, P7 out of Q1, and that is him safe. As Charlotte now is going to go over the line and P14 and knocks out Scarlet, Keck, Joseph, and Ryan. Those are the last few that are getting knocked out in Q1. As yeah, so in the end, that was McLaren dominance ahead of it is Mellon ahead of his teammate Max Van, and very close though with Volsey, who is directly behind them. Then a small 1/10 gap to Leo. Then comes Adonis in the kick, very impressive, with 1/10 behind him. Then SV ups in the VCAP, Mr. Mine in the Aston Martin, Jamie in the Ferrari getting his lap together on his last and final try, and Wallstorm in the Haas. Even though the Haas is terrible here, still managed a P9. Banter with the Mercedes, it is also not great here. Actually managed to pull off P10 in Q1, and knocked out, of course, are Scarlett, Keck, Joseph, and Ryan, who didn't settle up, I believe, because he has quali ban. I believe. As we are now in Q2. As nobody has gone out yet, I'm pretty damn sure that at least in Q3 we are gonna have loads of slipstream games happening. And first one to go out is actually SV Abst once again. He spun out first last time, he spun out first this time. I've been told to quickly leave and rejoin. So I'm no longer host because my network isn't the most stable, and it is probably better to have someone else hosting that. As I've pressed the invite, but nothing's happening, so let me quickly go on Steam and Friends. And let's see, can I join the lobby? No, of course I can't. So let me just wait for an invite then, I guess. Cool. I cannot even see my own EA then, I guess. What does it say here? As I've actually already received an invite. Finally, let's join back as quickly as possible. Uh, Shit. I have to leave again because I forgot to press the button, otherwise I'd be racing. And I really don't want that. So I'll have to leave again. Let's quickly see how much time is left. Yep, and I'm quickly gonna leave again so I can actually press the button. As there's been something happening. Uh, let's just ignore that for now. My god, what is up with this game that I can't accept invites from Jamie? Let's see. Can I maybe... Oh, wait, no, my Steam is crashed. I'm not very surprised, to be honest. Can I? Nope, I can't. Yay. Maybe this time I can actually join for once. It's connecting. That's good to know. Alright, now it works. Now, let's go and quickly set everything up again. And we can look at whatever happened. So we've got Melon, who has Max Fan, sorry, who has already retired with a 136. He is thinking that is good enough of a lap to be safe. Then we have Mr. Mine, Volty, SB Ups, the Donuts, Leo, Focuser, Jamie, Banter, and Tom. Then we have the Hasses of Dan and Wildstorm. So, and currently on an outlap, we have and Charlotte, who are both about to start their laps. As is actually starting his lap directly behind the McLaren of Mellon, who is kind of the worst possible situation, but it seems to be be fine as is just able to pass on. As actually went a bit deep there. He's managed to keep it on track though without hitting any kind of barrier. Although I have seen people do that before as well. That is a possibility with one tires that you could eventually maybe hit a barrier there. As Om's actually using all of his energy up to 0%, and going up to the line, it's only P11 for the kick with 131, 32-0. And Charlotte directly behind him, went directly behind him, 132.4 for her, and that is her up into P12. As Mel's actually killed the inside bollards as well. Well, trying to cut the corner as efficiently as possible. Compared to you can really see how much less battery the McLaren burns, even though he is on hot lap the entire time. So now Melon is going to go over the line in P1 with 130.167. That is a very decent lap. So is the lap of Adonis, though, who's just went into P3 with 130.8, beating Jamie, who just went into P4 with 130.887. Just behind Adonis. Let's see if anyone is on their lap. Yep, Wildstorm is, and he's about to finish it. Is it going to get him ahead of his teammate at least? Yes, it is. It is going to be P7 for him with 131.036. And that at least brings him up into P7 out of the drop zone for now. As let's see, is anyone else currently on a lap? Is Volsey? Yes, Volsey is P2 current person in P2, who just about beat out Max Fan, although he's actually stopped deploying completely, and is most likely now just simply going to the pits again. As Adonis has confidence retired, thinking it is enough to get him out of Q2 and into Q3 in the kick Sauber. As Leo has also retired, which I'd say is quite the statement, as he is really close to still being knocked out. Wildstrom, although also retiring, and he is behind them. They won 31.0, as P10 is only 5/10 behind them, which very much is still in the beatable range. So let's see. Banter currently on the lap, going onto the Vegas Strip now. He is usually not the best in qualifying, although from what I've heard and seen, he's always good in the race. As there's also only 50 seconds remaining, and there is a Aston, well, not an Aston, actually no, he's already on a lap, seemingly, although he's just hit the barrier, and he's basically he is just Peace Control Tom is basically just carrying a train out of Charlotte and Dan. Both of them just getting slipstream from Tom, although seemingly both of them also having just made a big mistake, which will most likely cost them. Although in reality now is their last chance to get out of Q2. This lap has to be perfect, and it is not looking like it for now. Let's see when they get over the line what is it's gonna be. Dan almost completely running. Dan actually running out of battery. P13 only for him, and P14 only for Charlotte. So one person that can beat them both is who is 4/10 up, and that should be enough to get him out of Q2. Actually, no, it isn't. It should only be enough for P13. As I've actually just heard a barrier sound. That was sort of probably LV ups hitting the barrier. As now goes over the line, P12, and that is him out of qualifying as well. As we ups knocks out Peace Control Tom as well. And now the last person to cross the line is Foxer in the Alpine. Can he beat his teammate, or will he be knocked out as well? As Focuser is now going over the line, it is P12 only behind his teammate. So both Alpines knocked out in Q2. So, out in Q2, first of all, of course, both Alpines. Then in the kick salver with a 131.4. Then in the Haas with 131.7. His teammate actually managing to get into Q3 with 131.0. And last of the Exodus in Q2 is Charlotte with 131.9 in the Williams. Simply just not a very competitive lap time. As I've failed to mention, actually, Adonis getting into Q3 in the Kickstarter. Very impressive. as we apps this once again, first person to go out all up. Right. As after completing his out lap, as the apps is now gonna go onto his lap, starting now. As he actually cuts quite a bit of turn one there. I'm not sure if that would have helped. Uh, he is seemingly using quite an aggressive steering method, almost looking like a full lock every second corner. He is just quite literally throwing the car around. As now coming to the end of his lap, he's still got 20% battery left. That is quite a lot. Usually people have only about 10% left there, and he's actually gonna keep a tiny bit, as he sets a 132.2 only. Keep in mind we have seen 130s before. Yep, we have, and we've just seen another one of Max Van setting a 130.1. Leo setting a 131.2 and Ballstorm setting a 131.1. Jamie now went in front of him for P2, setting a 130.7. Although I'm pretty sure Max Van had Slipstream from Melon. There's a random yellow flag as well. Uh, Actually, no, it is not random. It is because Jamie ran out of fuel already. It seems like. So let's see who is about to settle up. It is Melon, who will most likely get the fastest place here, first place, as he goes actually, nope. I didn't realize his lap was invalid. And that means there's no Melon pole position. As I've failed to realize as well, Adonis, brilliant lap, put himself up in P3 in the realistic kick with 130.6. There, you can't go much faster than that car, I don't believe. As of course now we're gonna have a little bit of a waiting period until the end of Q3, when everybody will go out again and try to set their best possible lap. Now we're just gonna wait for the first one to go again. Is that Volsey? No, it isn't. It is Jamie. I'm guessing that Jamie is gonna set his lap and then give Volsey a slipstream for his lap. That is what I'm guessing is gonna happen. As now, no, sorry, not Wolsey. It is Jamie who's now going to go on his lap. His most likely final lap. That looked very special, and in fact, I'm not quite sure if that's my network or Jamie's that is doing that. So now that's going to be his teammate Voltsy waiting for him to give him a slipstream down the main straight. Perfect teamwork. As he's also going to nicely get all the way for Jamie, who will have gained massively from that. Yes, he really jumps over the cup there. You can really see how much these cars move. As he's now gonna go over the over the line, and it is gonna be a 130.6 only. That is quite weak. He's only just beaten Adonis, who is in the kick. As I'm not gonna look at it from Voltzi's. Oh my god! Nope, I'm not gonna look at it from Voltzi's onboard because I've been kicked out. I shall be returned to the main menu once again. I'm slowly losing my mind. I guess we're not going to see any kind of pole laps today. We can just guess on who's going to be on pole. Actually, no, we can see that it is going to be Melon. I'm not sorry, not Melon. Max Fan, who's going to be on pole position. I am very confused how that happened, but it is going to be Max Fan who is going to secure the pole here. Is he going to improve? Yes, he is. But 130.0, he's going to get pole position. So, the starting grid, so not well, the starting grid, but Q3, it is Max Fan who's on pole position. In front, behind him is the champion Melon. Behind them, the championship contender constantly for this entire season, Volsey. Then behind him, SV Ups in the recap. Adonis, a very, very, very strong P5 for the kick. Then Jamie, Mr. Mine, Wildstorm, Banter, and Leo. Pointing out Jamie, very poor qualifying from him. Now, we are seeing 5 red lights ahead of the drivers, and it lights out, and away we go. Melon gets a great start, although Max Fan gets a better one. Max Fan stays ahead for now. Into turn 1 we go. Voltsy is going for a move, I think, as Keck has already got a drive-through penalty for a collision with Dan. Dan being down the order in P19 now. Now Volsey is still directly behind the McLarens, although there is no attack happening. As I think that is Leo, who's also going down the order with front wing damage. So there has been some contact at the back. As there was Adonis as well, and he is out, and that is a virtual safety car. So let's look at the position changes. Has made up 5 places. Tom has made up 4. Ryan has made up 7. Biggest losers are Leo and Dan, both down. Leo down 5, Dan down 4 positions, although Leo also has front wing damage. And Keck, of course, will drive through. That he will have to serve after the safety car, the virtual safety car. That's actually as we are going again, actually, and it seems like Voltzy's completely missed the restart. SV Apps is directly behind him now. Of course, DRS is already enabled, and the McLarens are going to try and pull away as quickly as humanly possible from Voltsy. As they have seemingly already managed that, actually. And Voltsy is going to be out of the DRS for the rest of the race, most likely, if it will continue like this. Yep, as we already have DRS dropping going on, Voltsy is out of it. In the background, I think that is, yep, that is Wildstone being passed, and that is also a Williams in the back there, getting past Leo, I think that is. Leo still with front wing damage, but Leo is staying out. Now is also fighting with Banter. Banter ahead of now. Up into P8 for him. And Keck serving his pit lane. Drive through. As you can see, really, basically the entire field being in one train, apart from the McLarens that are already pulling away by 2 seconds. And I don't think they're going to be seen by anyone anymore. As there's also Dan overtaking Scarlet, who has crashed, seems like, because she does have front wing damage now. And SV Ups has gone for P3 in the RB and the V carb, and he's gonna simply try and DRS switch with Voltsy. As Leo is actually going forwards, not back, and up to P13, as there's also a massive gap all of a sudden with Dan Charlotte, and Scarlett, who are all moving down the order. As tried something there, but it seemingly has not worked out. He's lost 6/10 because of that now. 8/10. Yep, 6/10. And he actually cut the chicane as well there. It is not looking good for the kick. The last remaining kick. As McLaren's of course are DRS dropping, and Leo has been re-overtaken by Jesus. Although Leo might still try and re-overtake Jesus back again. But of course he does have that front wing damage. Which of course will hinder him a lot in the corners. And as long as it's only side damage, it's not going to help him a lot on the straights. Yep, as Leo has overtaken Ryan as well. And there is a 1 second gap now, which could become very dangerous if that is not instantly caught back up. Otherwise they would end like the Williams did, and Dan just left behind. As I think that was Ryan that just made a massive mistake. And he's just lost all momentum because of that, and it's down P14 now. As there's some DRS dropping going on, and now Volzi is ahead of his teammate. As the Alps actually being ghosted for a second there as well. As Ryan has already gotten a 3 second for multiple warnings as well. And has just lost 2 places, most likely because of a bad exit. Although he is trying to go around the outside here. That has not worked out though. He is back down to P11. But this might actually be very dangerous because Wildstorm is now outside of the 1 second. Although Mr. Mine has also just made a big mistake. And he's now going to be the problem for Wildstorm. As if he doesn't keep up, all of the train is going to lose the DRS to the cars in front. Although LV Apps has actually just already lost the DRS to the Ferraris. So now it's just simply a Ferrari pack and a McLaren pack. As there's now slowly more and more trains forming. More and more trains of different people. As now, for example, Mr. Mine does not have any DRS on SV Apps anymore. Which is also going to split that gap up. as Ryan has actually re-overtaken Joseph, although it is a battle that they can't win because they are not with in the DRS, although actually saying that the train has somehow slowed down enough to give Ryan the DRS back, which means that's them both catch back up. Although in the meantime his teammate does not have the DRS and is now going to lose out to Banter, Peace Control Tom, and Zwiabst. As actually Max Fan has got a 3-second, and that is going to ruin all his chances of winning this race. And there's been a crash with Focuser, who has hit the barrier hard and is turned around. So is Leo. They've had a coming together, and that is both of them down the order and in last and second last. Sorry, second last and third last. Third last. Yes, Charlotte is actually also pitting, and Leo's got a 10-second and instantly retired. So Leo is out of the race. As Focuser does have front wing damage. And there's actually been a new gap that's opened between Mr. Mine and Om, who's now on his own train. As there's been a coming together with Om, I think. Yep, it is going to be Om, who has lost out loads of time. I think he's like half spun or something. And that is him down the order as well. Even though it was looking so good for the kicks, in the race, performance is really let off. And this could have been some good points for Sauber. As Dan is in to change the tires to hards. Going for an undercut, I'm pretty sure, although he is actually being covered by both Williams of Charlotte and Scarlett. So he is now behind both of them. As Wildstorm has passed his mine once again. Both of them just doing some DRS training. As some people are actually pitting now. Some of them, including Banter and Peace Control, sorry, and Ryan. Wildstorm as well, and the McLaren of Tom actually as well. All of them pitting. This is going to be close if Jazov is within the 1 second, although it doesn't seem like it. So that is going to be Mr. Minor Jazov without the RS train, which is going to cost him lots of time instantly. As has got a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, which is quite normal for him. As now actually, two of the top teams are in the pits. One being Max Fan and the other being Jamie. Although Jamie is seemingly okay, lagging behind. Okay. That wasn't really necessary actually, because otherwise Banter might have actually caught up to Jamie if he stayed out for much longer. So I would say Wolsey must pit next lap, otherwise he might lose out to Banter or at least be stuck in the DRS train with him again. As Joseph has also gotten a 10-second for multiple warnings. Not what he needed, although he is most likely just trying to push towards Mr. Mime. As now, actually, Bolsey and Max Mellon were in the pits. Uh, Max Fan being easily ahead of his teammate, although it is going to be close with Jamie and Bolsey, and Bolsey will not have lost out on too much time there compared to Peace Control Tom. As there's a yellow flag, and that is Charlotte, who has spun and also took a bit of a front wing off seemingly. It's just going from bad to worse for her. Even though Williams should have been quite strong this track, they really seem to struggle today. as there is constant DRS swapping all over the field. Although there is not a lot happening apart from that. As Joseph has actually almost caught up to Mr. Mine, and Charlotte has retired in the pit lane. I almost thought she retired on track, but nope, in the pit lane. As there really isn't a lot happening now, that the field is so spread up. Although Ryan might actually be able to get into the DRS for once now. That would greatly help him. And yes, he is. Though these two trains have now combined into one 4 train again. As there's actually some fighting going on for P5 with Banter, Tom, and SB Ups, although SB Ups backs out now, and it is Banter now leading the pack. As SB Ups, we've actually just seen it, is also getting a 3-second now for the end of the race. As Wildstorm has just made a mistake. He was sliding quite a lot on the entry and now lost an entire 8/10 to Mr. Mine. Although it is already down to 6/10 again by the end of the straight. as Wildstorm's actually ghosted once again, and Ryan could just go through him. Same for Joseph, and Wildstorm is actually back up. Okay. Seemingly having his internet cut out for a second there. As that is very much to the limit of track limits, what Alton did there. Although they are, of course, taking the risk just to simply stay within this train. Seemingly Ryan. Ryan's cap's just frozen, okay. It'll fix itself. Although, yep, all of them are within a second of each other. Although Ryan seems to be struggling more than Mr. Minded Wildstorm. This, Max Fan has actually just said a 132. That is faster than some quali laps, I'm pretty sure. As Ryan's actually crashed, and that is front wing damage for him, and he's actually just driven straight into the barrier again. He was simply just over pushing the car there, and his rear got loose, and it spun him into the barrier. And he's actually crashed once again. Although you can really see how much Scarlet behind him is actually also struggling. Yep, that front wing damage is killing Ryan. And I would not be surprised if Ryan was to retire now. As he's actually lost his entire front wing now. That will make him even worse now in the corners. He's actually hit the barrier once again. Just letting Scarlet pass him seemingly, although he is still kinda decently defending his position. Of course, now with no front wing, he does have a much higher top speed. Although this is gonna be very difficult to stop now. He's actually managed it though. Although now he is struggling once again and is actually kind of being dangerous towards Focuser. He is just heading into the pit lane, and I'm thinking he will most likely just simply retire now. Yep. And that is Ryan out of the session. Oh my god, as Jazov has had a massive snapple oversteer and actually touched the barrier quite a bit. Although his car seems to still be in one piece. as Jed really seems to be struggling for grip on the Mercedes. Every second exit or so, he has a massive slide, and for now his car is held up. Although I wonder if one day his front wing will simply just shear off, as Mr. Mines actually touched Jezov in the middle of the straight while moving. Although he has, luckily, both of them have actually kept it within the straight line. As Focuser has actually just gotten past Scarlet. Took a couple of laps, but he has finally managed and is now getting one extra point. As far as I can remember, at least. As Ryan has left the session, of course, he's retired a couple of laps ago. So I fully understand why he would leave that. Actually, you can already see how big of a gap Focus has made to Scarlet already. As well, you can see how little pace Scarlet actually has at the moment. Although Scarlet has just gained everything back down the Vegas Strip, so you can see where the priorities went with the Williams setup. Although Scarlet does actually also have front wing damage, so that will also, of course, explain the lack of pace. As I'm actually shocked that they've just set a 131 on hard tires, and that is better than most qualifying laps. On used hard tires, of course. As Mr. Mine has actually went ahead and made a gap to Joseph, who no longer has the DRS on him now. He was just simply trying to push away for the last few laps, and that might actually be working. Although Joseph has gone back into the 1 second window of Mr. Mine, the question is just who is faster in the middle sector. Is it going to be Joseph or is it going to be Mr. Mine? If it's Joseph, he stays in. If it's Mr. Mine, Joseph is out. Although it seems to be Joseph that is faster. He has regained all the time he lost. As now, actually, Melon and Max Fan both have 3-second penalties. So that will make it much more spicy again at the front. Who's actually going to win? As now we are going into the last lap, the last straight, and it is undecided for now who is going to win. If it's going to be Max Fan or Melon. Melon has the advantage here, although Max Fan could make a certain strategy work here. So for now, Max Fan is behind. Actually, Melon winking his DRS flap, staying alongside Max Fan. Max Fan defending. Who is gonna win now? Uh, Melon or Max Fan? Max Fan on the inside, Melon on the outside. Melon is not using any energy. Max Fan also isn't. There you go, over the line, and it is Max Fan that has won the race. In front of Melon, Voltsy is going to finish behind him. In front of Jamie. Then it's going to be SV Ups, I'm pretty sure, although there is a lot of chaos still going on here. This is undecided for now. It seems to be SV Ups that will bring home P5. P6, although, is going to most likely go to Banter. Or is it? It is going to be P5 for Tom, actually. P6 for Banter, P7 for SV Ups, P8 for Mr. Mine, P9 for Wildstorm, P10 for Jazov. P11 is gonna go to P12 is gonna go to Dan. Although, no, Dan will beat because does have that 10-second. Yep, Dan is P10, P11, P12. Focuser, P13. P14 is gonna be Scarlet, who is gonna cross the line any second now. And P15 is gonna be Kek, who has done basically nothing this entire race, although he has at least kept it out of the barrier to finish in P15. Unfortunately for him, no points. Driver of the day, Tom, I fully agree with that. He's done everything right, even though he's in a very bad gaffe on this track. Winner, Max Fan, and alongside him is Voltsy and his teammate Melon. Right, so the end result is here. Thank you for watching today's stream. I'll see you next time, and bye bye.